Hi, Sam Spernat here for TheInformer. Today on Property Matters, I'm going to be doing one of my very favourite things, taking a big stick to the mainstream media. Why am I doing this? Well, over the last couple of days, I must admit I have been incredibly frustrated with some of the reporting out in the media about the property market. And one of the big articles I keep seeing, it's been shared by everyone from Fairfax to News Corp to the ABC, everyone's had a dip on it, is that the property market is now cooling. Geez, can everyone hear Chicken Little out there? The sky's falling, the sky's falling. The media must be struggling to sell advertising space or newspapers at the moment. So why am I absolutely up in arms about this? Well, because it's utter rubbish. Out there they're saying, oh, this is going to happen, that's going to happen, the market's cooling, and when you delve into it and actually look at what their reporting is, the growth has just come back a little bit. So the market's still growing, just at a slightly slower rate. Anyone with half a brain who has worked in economics or markets like the property market knows that you can't have growth just consistently hand over fist. There is going to be fluctuations, there is going to be up and down. We do have certain sectors of the market not working that well, be it inner city apartments mainly. So of course growth is going to fluctuate, but the market's still actually growing. So to say that we have a cooling market is either willfully ignorant or, some may even say, a bit opportunistic to try and sell more papers. If it bleeds, it leads, is the old saying in the media, and that's exactly what they're doing. But what really worries me about this approach from the media isn't the misreporting of the data, but it's the fact that people actually read this and take advice from it. And that makes me angry, because there is a group of people out there who think that they're being informed, but they're being informed with the wrong information. Information that they're basing massive life-changing decisions on. The single largest asset most people own is their home. And if they're basing that purchase decision off bad advice, they're going to make bad decisions. And usually it affects those that can least afford to be affected the most. So this is why I'm angry. This is why I'm passionate about what I do, because you should be seeking advice from an independent expert. That key word there, expert. Not someone who has a fluttering interest in the real estate market because they go to an auction here or there, or they like watching the block and they think that makes them an expert. No. What I'm talking about is someone who spends their life studying the markets, someone who spends their life actually involved in property markets, talking to agents, talking to the people who are on the ground, and is actually out there learning about what is happening. The media need to be held to account about this type of reporting because it's sensationalistic journalism. It isn't actually real information. It's just throwing headlines out there, calling it clickbait, whatever you want to call it. It's just what it is. So what we are actually seeing out in the market is, yes, the growth can't keep going at a rate of knots. So of course it's going to slow, but we are still seeing good prices being paid. I was out at auctions on the weekend and some of those prices were verging on ridiculous. So I don't know where they're getting their info from, but it's obviously not the same places I'm going to. And that's what you've got to be careful about. So if you are looking at buying at the moment, or you're thinking of selling, or you're just curious as to what's going on, read wide and far. Speak to people wide and far and get a good cross-section of information, because that's how you build your knowledge. It isn't just reading from one source or taking advice from one source. It's about speaking and looking at different sources constantly and becoming an expert. If you are a bit confused by it, reach out. Talk to the people. I've said this before. Take an interest in the real estate market. Make it a passion, because for far too long, people have treated the real estate market as the stock market's poor cousin, and you do that at your peril. The government does the same. The media do the same. Don't follow them. Follow your own tact and speak to the experts. You need to treat the real estate market with consideration. You need to treat the real estate market with respect. And if you do that, you'll make smarter property decisions. And that's the key to being successful in the real estate market. It's not a crystal ball setup. It's about looking at history and learning history does repeat. I'm Sam Spernat for The Informer. This has been another installment of Property Matters. Thank you.